What's up, YouTube? It's your buddy Troy here. Thank you so much for tuning in. In this video, we're going to talk about how to employ mindfulness to help you lose body fat, tone up, and do it quicker and easier than doing it the hard way, which is probably what you've been trying thus far, and hence the struggle. So, if you're new to the channel, my name is Troy. I'm a former fat guy sharing my story with the hope that it might help someone else. And the invitation is to, if you support me in that, smash that subscribe button. Doesn't cost you a thing, but it means the world to me. So, how to use mindfulness to facilitate your body transformation? Well, draw your attention to the story that you're telling yourself about yourself. And number one, have a strategy in place for when you mess up, right? Here's the story that we're telling ourselves. Oh, I messed up on my diet. And because we did have that slip up, right, and we ate that thing, then what happens is the snowball effect. We continue to then just spiral out of control because of that one thing, right? We sabotage ourselves because we don't give ourselves grace when we slip up. So, what's a way around this, right? Maybe have a strategy in place for when you slip up. It could be giving yourself grace, or consider employing what they call the cheat meal strategy, which is where you delay that gratification. You give yourself a day or a specific time when you allow yourself to eat the thing. But we got to get away from that sort of all or nothing way of looking at things, is what I would call it. And all or nothing in the fitness space when you're trying to lose body fat, it's deadly. So yeah, I messed up, right? Watch that story. Next, I don't have time. And this is legit, right? Because trust me, I don't have time. I don't get in the gym as much as I would like with, work and life responsibilities. Sometimes, most times, there's not enough time to go to the gym. But if you have a few minutes a day, if you have 3 minutes a day, if you can just put your favorite song on and do some type of exercise while your favorite song is playing, do sit-ups during the song, or do a plank during the song, air squats, I don't know, whatever it is, get some little light dumbbells, right? A few minutes a day really is all that you need to really see a big difference. And I think it's more what they would call consistency around that, right? Being consistent, doing it more often than not. And so you're right, you don't have enough time. Trust me, I know I don't have enough time to get to the gym, but there's got to be another way. And I feel like there is. I feel like a few minutes a day is all you need. Invest in a treadmill, right? If you have maybe a treadmill or an exercise bike or something like that right at home, put it in your bedroom, right? So then you have no excuse. I don't care if it sounds stupid. How important is it to you, right? And if it is that important to you and you are busy because you work a 9 to 5 or whatever, then you know what? You'll get out of bed and you'll get your butt onto your exercise bike and you'll do it for maybe 9 minutes is all you have. But it's better than zero. So I don't have enough time. It's true, but if it's important to you, you'll make time. Next, I need to lose weight. When I'm talking to people about fitness, I'm often tempted to use language around weight loss just as sort of an entry point for the conversation. But it's never what I'm never thinking to myself, oh, I need to lose weight, just like blanket statement, right? Just like sort of like vague, oh, I need to lose weight. If you cut my leg off, I lose weight. Get what I'm saying? Like, I don't know necessarily that just straight up weight loss is really what we're after. And I feel like if we're being more specific, we're really trying to probably lose body fat. But what about a reframe around maybe we're not even losing anything? Like, what are we gaining on that weight loss journey? Like, you're gaining strength, you're gaining freedom, you're gaining control, autonomy, respect for yourself. You're gaining so much. on that, what we call weight loss journey, but really, what are you gaining? And, just kind of a reframe around how we look at that, and then sort of the story that we're telling ourselves around that. Next, I'll start Monday, right? I'll start right after the holidays. I'll start after XYZ, New Year's, whatever it is. It's deadly, putting it off. You need to start. When's the best time to plant a tree, right? And fitness is kind of the same way. You need to start yesterday. So stop putting it off. That I'll start Monday stuff is deadly. Next, healthy eating is boring or a punishment, right? Like, how fortunate are we to have access to be able to choose a healthier option, right? Or to go into the store and get organic or whatever it is, have this vast array of choices laid out in front of us, and to be able to choose the healthy choice. I'm not trying to rabbit hole or lecture anyone around food, but just that story that we tell ourselves around, oh, this is boring, or eating for punishment. I really wish that you wouldn't look at it that way, because you don't have to look at it that way. I won't tell you what to do or what to think, but there's just such a vast array of options out there that I feel like it would be silly to set up your nutritional strategy in a way that isn't interesting to you and that isn't supportive to you. Next, I have to work out. Emphasis, have to. So that also shouldn't be a punishment. And considering the fact earlier, like we talked about the fact that rarely do we have time to be able to do it, what I notice is that when I am able to get to the gym because of the rare occasion, right? The weekend comes around when I have time to do it. I'm thankful that I have the time to do it and that I'm able to. And so there's plenty of people that I know that aren't able to make it to the gym. And boy, that wouldn't feel good. So man, when I'm able to get in there and I'm able to do it, whatever it is, it feels good to be able to be there. I feel like it's something that we get to do. You don't have to do it. It's a choice. Next, I'm too tired. So you have to listen to your body around recovery. And I wouldn't ever recommend that someone push themselves beyond the point where their body is telling them that they need a rest, right? But, however, I notice that I feel energized after I exercise. So there may be a time when I'm receiving that tired signal, but exercise can be an antidote to that. So the invitation is to use it in a way that feels right for you. I always quit. When this happens, I quit. Yada, yada. I'm a quitter. And that's an identity. And what happens is, when we're faced with a fork in the road, it's almost like we're operating on like a program, right? We're not making a conscious decision. We default to our programming, and we're faced with that fork in the road. We default to our programming, and the program that runs is our identity. And so if we set ourselves up with the identity of being a quitter, when we're faced with the choice, when we're faced with the fork in the road, we quit. And so the opposite of that would also be true. So just the invitation is to consider the fact that you're not a quitter. And the reason so far, right, we've been talking for a little while now, and if we really look at this thing, the reason, I've never met a person ever that has failed at weight loss or body transformation, right? I've never met a person that's failed at it. But I meet people all the time that quit. And you know what? The thing about quitting is they quit way too soon. and they're so close to transformation, but they quit. They quit. They're so close, but they're so far because they quit so fast. And what you'll find is all you have to do is just hang on for a little while longer. You know, a lot of people don't make it a few days. If you can just hang on for a little while longer, if you can just not quit, and you can finally start to see some progress. Once you see the progress, you become addicted to that progress. You become addicted to the progress just like you were addicted to the cheesy poofs, okay? It's the same kind of feeling, and you can replace one for the other. And that's where the magic is. But you never feel the magic if you quit. So you can't quit. And you can't tell yourself you're a quitter. Next, it feels selfish whenever I XYZ focus on myself, go to the gym, insert the way that I need to eat, whatever it is. It feels selfish, right? Maybe a person in your life tells you that you're selfish for doing the thing that you need to do. But the invitation is consider the fact that you need to put your oxygen mask on first. You're not as effective as a tribe member to the people around you when you're sick. You're a burden if the other people have to carry you. So you got to put your oxygen mask on first. Whatever that looks like for you. If it means you got to go to the gym, you got to go to the gym. If you got to go for a run, if you got to go to yoga, Pilates, I don't care, whatever it is. Whatever's right for you. But if that's what you got to do to show up as the best version of yourself, then it's not selfish when you do it. No matter what the little voice tells you or whatever the other people tell you. All right, and then finally, the I'm starting over sort of mindset or mentality, right? Oh, something happens, right? You messed up. Back to the first thing. Oh, I messed up. And then so you spiral out of control for a couple days, whatever it is. And with that, guys, here's what I want you to picture around that, right? Picture a wagon, a slow moving wagon. And there's a reason that I use this example. It's because people with addiction will talk about falling off the wagon, right? So I stopped drinking and I was doing so good for several months and I fell off the wagon. But here's the thing about a wagon, right? It's moving slow. You can get back on the wagon. So just because you fell off the wagon, get back on the wagon. The same thing goes with your diet, all right? And you're not starting over. You're not starting from zero. You've been on this ride. And along the way, you've learned things. You're starting from experience. You're starting from progress. You're not starting from zero. And these journeys are often a few steps forward, take a break, we take a step back, we learn, and we go from there. But I know you can do it if you've watched this long. I really appreciate you for hanging in there. Subscribe to the channel, support me, leave a comment. I'd love to hear what's going well for you. And we'll see you in the next one. Peace.